Mm.
Now, I'm going to explain to you why. In our intro, you heard of a man named John who calls up the police department and tells about this UFO. You hear him getting on the phone with dispatch. What if I told you I have the entire police records of all the phone calls incoming and outgoing for the entire night, and then the police go out to look for this UFO?
I would be pretty excited about that. Like, I would be pumped.
Now, I'm going to tell you, you're going to hear police go from laughing about this to then arguing with each other about this to, by the end of it, no one understands what's going on. You're going to hear them talking.
That's a logical progression.
It really is. You're going to hear them talking to air traffic control, trying to figure this out. You're going to hear everything in audio files. Now, I shortened it way down. I had to for the podcast. But
is this got actual recordings or recreations?
Yes. Now, nope. These are recordings. These are the live recordings.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. This came out in 1994, and they're using police radios. I try to clean up the audio as much as I can. Some of these audio files are not great. So for anyone listening, you might have to adjust your volume. I'm going to try to peak it to where it doesn't hurt your guys' ears, but some of this is hard to understand, especially if they were really close to their mic, because some police officers get real close. You're going to hear cops freak out in some of this audio too. And I had to bleep out some cuss words occasionally. So if you want to hear the unedited, I will put a file in our thing, in our video. Maybe I'll give it to Nick too. I don't know if people can click it on the podcast thing, but you can click and then go to a YouTube thing that has 50 minutes of audio. I took the best 17 minutes. Not necessarily the best. There's a lot of call-ins that I didn't add because I'm like, some of these call-ins are going to kind of give it, but that's the one thing I don't think any of our stories has. This is actual live commentary of this as it was going on.
Now I'm kind of understanding why you said the narration is pretty long. I guess it would have to be.
Yeah, because obviously the narration that we have is also going to break down the story as we go. I will also tell everyone I'm a little disappointed. I reached out to the dispatcher that handled the vast majority of these calls, as well as the police officer, one of the police officers that's going to be in our story today. Neither one of them contacted me back.
Oh, maybe later.
But
maybe
if they do, I would love to get them back on. You're going to hear both of their voices tonight in these audio clips. But this story is amazing. Now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight before we jump into everything, so you have an idea. Again, this happened December 14th of 1994. The weather was not great, not horrible. There was not a cloud in the sky.
Right.
So it was a very starry night. You could see all the stars pretty clear. Again, Trumbull County, Ohio. The amazing thing is, and you're going to hear this in the next section because that's kind of where we start out with the first initial calls. Actually, we start out with call number 2 that goes into dispatch. But everything you're going to hear is coming directly from the police department and then the police officers in the field. It was all recorded.
Giving me anxiety and heart palpitations. So I'm worried I'm going to get it too into this and I'll start getting nervous.